So let's get into this, gang. What move could the Yankees make that would make us fans happy, and why? Okay, and taking the factors that matter into consideration, notwithstanding all the talking points we're hearing from Twitter. Like, it almost seems as if Jeff Passan is desperate for people to engage with him on Twitter, right? It's just it's comical, saying he's surprised that the Yankees are not in on Alex Bregman, and there's so many other folks attacking Hal for not spending wildly, but completely ignoring the fact that the Dodgers are not financing $1 billion stadium. Okay, the Yankees are. The Dodgers also have $1 billion in deferred money, okay, which they could essentially pawn off. They could sell the franchise and leave the next ownership group with that bill, okay, and enjoy the fruits of the labor right now, which has enabled them to sign a bunch of players. The deferred money is a huge gift to them, okay? So, and again, but going back to the fact, where are we at now? Like, notwithstanding the Ha-Seong Kim signing yesterday with the Tampa Bay Rays, people are attacking Al for that. I personally don't think he would have moved the needle enough to justify that money, okay? And again, he's good, but coming off shoulder surgery, that's a major surgery. There wasn't a guarantee. The Rays are taking a risk. They are, but we'll see if it works out for them. But again, they're not, over the Cohen threshold either. They're not even close to the first threshold. So they're in a different arena right now than the Yankees are in. So, but give me your thoughts, gang. Shout out to the chat. Make sure you get the like buttons up. Let's hit the like button. And again, if you're not subbed to this channel, you just want straight up real baseball talk, this is a great place for you. And I hope that you do that. So, is there a trade that you think they can make? Okay, that's in the planet Earth, and why? Obviously, they're looking to move Marcus Stroman. He's wiped off all Yankee connections from his social media platform, stop following them, and so on and so forth. So that's MO for Marcus Stroman. So I do expect him to get moved at some point soon. To where, we have no idea. And how much they're going to have to eat, we have no idea. So that still remains to be seen. We just don't know. There's so much uncertainty. And the fact of the matter is, too, the Yankees could be in on Bregman, for all we know. Brian Cashman's not going to leak that. Why would he? Right? I'm not saying they are. Again, he's not my first pick, but again, yeah, Keith, yeah, mine, yeah. All people that were killed in a military helicopter, yeah. Yeah. I wish we had a president who acknowledged that too, instead of blaming DEI. Diversity had nothing to do with this. That was his immediate reaction. Can't just be a leader. Can't be a gentleman, a president, a decent man. And, just mourn these 67 people were killed. No, you got to be a prick. But that's what my heart goes out to them too, Keith. Yeah. Yeah. Ken, what do you know, my man? Well done, your first video too. But who we got here? Nolan Arenado. Wait, who? Is that Nolan Arenado? Is that what you're saying? Nolan Arenado is probably, we're hearing one report from some guy, I don't know, on ESPN, they're saying that they're not interested in Bregman or Arenado. I didn't hear from Hal. I didn't hear from Cashman. So at this point, I don't believe anybody as gospel. Nobody. Not Passan, not Curry, none of them. Okay? We'll see what happens. Okay? So Jeremiah, I don't see the need to trade for Cease or King. There's no, even if you move strong, like people are proposing that we trade Clark Schmidt for one of them. Why would I trade 3 years of Clark Schmidt for 1 year of King or 1 year of Cease? That doesn't make any sense. Arias, I could see. And I proposed probably attaching, trying to attach Yuki Suzuki or something like that. Yuki Suzuki? Something like that. Yuki Matsui, their reliever, lefty reliever, who enables which would enable the Padres to shed some payroll. And then the Yankees, moving Stroman somewhere else. They may be a little bit over where they were now, but it would still be under where they were last year. But that's a move. Like Arenado, if I would go for Arenado, I would go for try to get John King or Jojo Romero, try to get one of the lefty relievers there too. You know, why the Machado contract? He's got nowhere to. He's got like 10 years left on his deal. Why? What's your logic on that, Jay Sanch? The Reds have been putting together. I've said that too. Sneaky good team. The Reds and the Royals. Yep, they're going to be sneaky good. Hayes from Brian Hayes. So we heard reports that he was available, but then we heard other reports saying he wasn't available. So I don't know. He has to be traded. There's so many conflicting reports, but he could provide some value here too. Yeah. Julito, what big bat you talking about? Would you think Kwan's never going to happen? He's not available. Number one. Why, Doug? Why are the Yankees are in trouble? Who's telling you that? Who's saying the Yankees are in trouble, Doug? Unfortunately, the Dodgers are capitalizing on a system that was made for them by owners and more specifically the union. So they're capitalizing on it. I mean, they're definitely exploiting it as much as they possibly can. So, there's people faulting Hal for not doing the same thing. I'm like, why would they do that? It's a completely different. I mean, the Dodgers are owned by the Guggenheim Group, which is worth almost $400 billion. Okay, the Yankees themselves are worth what, $10 billion? That's a fraction, a small fraction of. It's basically 2.5% of what the Guggenheim Group is worth, valued at. So it's a completely different. And so many people are just ignoring the fact that they just think House should be wildly spending, like, and a lot of these same folks are saying, well, if the Yankees signed Juan Soto, which they made a valiant offer to, they offered him $760 million. So, and he's still turning them down. And they said if they had signed Soto, then they wouldn't have gotten anybody else. Well, look at the Mets. They haven't gotten anybody of significance beyond Juan Soto either. The Mets are doing exactly what fans are accusing the Yankees of doing. And where's the get out? Why is Cohen get a get out of jail free card and Hal does not? Max Muncy, Goran, who would you give up? Yeah, Machado is way too expensive. So is Carlos Correa. And kudos for the outside the box thinking, though. But these guys, yeah, I mean, these guys are. I'd be shocked if the Padres moved Machado or Tatis. Honestly, I would be. Yeah, I would not trade Schmidt for King, or not 1 year of King or 1 year of Cease. Especially when there's no guarantee, then those guys would resign here. I wouldn't do it. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if there's going to be salary. I mean, I think, they should be fighting for a salary floor, but you have too many teams that would fight against that too because they're recipients of revenue sharing money. And if they get over the salary floor, then they might not receive that money anymore, which is ridiculous to begin with. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you brought up the Reds. I don't know if the Reds would move like a McLean or one of these guys, the infielders, because that would be a good acquisition for the Yankees. You think Schmidt's a bust? Why do you say that? Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to take on Machado and Tatis contracts unless the Padres eat half of it. Donovan, I would love. We've talked about him for like 2 years. And I don't even know if that would be enough, in all honesty, Jack. But if you can get him for that, him and Romero for Hampton, Selvage, Warren, Rice, and Harris, maybe. Yeah. Brendan Rodgers, I don't know if he's going to be the answer either right now. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do, in all honesty. But Hal made it clear the other day, too. Yeah, he said he made the Dodgers spending. It makes it hard for other owners. Yes, but he did not say at any point in time that the Yankees were not going to do anything. He said the Yankees were not done yet. But you have all these other people putting words in his mouth on Twitter, and all these other people running with these talking points from Twitter. Right? I try to be Sunil, but if you need to take somebody out, I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna take him out. Okay. I'm gonna bring Manolo. Yeah. A lot of the Yankees' top prospects are unfortunately in the lower levels of the system right now. We need more prospects in the upper levels. That's for sure. That's for sure. But the lineup is deeper, the rotation's better, the bullpen's stronger. So, who is and again, like to me, the bat doesn't need to be the biggest name. It needs to be the best fit. What's going to make the Yankees better based on what they currently look like now? Josh Smith from where, Jim? Luis Arias. I mean, they may circle back to Arias. They may circle back to Arenado too. Yep. Oh yeah. How's not comfortable in front of the camera? Muncy will be a Yankee. What do you think it would cost, Goran? What would you give the Dodgers? Yeah, and kudos to Aaron Boone for smacking back at Joe Kelly and some of the Dodgers for taunting the Yankees. Rangers, okay. What do you know about him, Jim? Well, Ruck up, yeah. I mean, I think some not only the Yankees, but I think there are other teams wondering where Bregman's going to sign. If he signs with the Cubs, then is Horner available? If he signs with the Tigers, are one of the infielders available? Because that creates other options that for the Yankees that aren't available now. That's why they're not talking about it. So, and again, Cashman does not leak. No, I agree, Brandon. They're not. Hal said it 2 days ago when he spoke on with Meredith Morakovitz on the hot stove that they weren't done. And I would rather listen to him than the talking point people on Twitter. Yep. Well, I don't know if they're going to move Muncy to second now because they got Hai-Sung Kim and they said they're going to start him. So that South Korean guy. So Muncy might become expendable. Maybe. You got to play smart baseball. To stay healthy. Got to be productive. We had some injuries at some key positions last year that did not help. Well, exactly, too. We don't need a superstar at every position. 100% right. 100% right. Well, Hal knows his team better than anybody else. I wouldn't say the sport, but I know he knows his team because he owns a team. Well, he's one of 5. So that's the other thing, too. He's got to divvy out the profits amongst other people. He's a majority owner, but that doesn't mean the other people don't have voices and don't get their share. So, yeah, Hal said he wasn't done. He said it plain in broad daylight with Meredith Morakovitz, said it wasn't done. So, I'm also hearing that the Yankees are loading up for next offseason where they're going to go. They're going to go for 2 of 3 guys between Murakami, Tucker, and Vlad Jr. They're going to go after 2 of those guys. That's what I'm hearing from some people too, but who knows if that's true? Yeah, I mean, Young, the Rangers, and then you have Jace Young from the Tigers, his younger brother. So, I mean, if Ryan McMahon became available, yeah, I'd be all over it. Brendan Donovan, I'd be all over it. Nothing right now, Susan Levine. All we're hearing is that the Yankees would like to bring him back, but he's trying to get a second year from somebody, and nobody's giving it to him. I'm also hearing that the Yankees may have felt that they don't have anything, that he's peaked out with them last year because he's never been like that before, and they're afraid he might not be the same when he came back. So I'm also hearing that too, but I'm not hearing that directly from Matt Blake. I'm not hearing that directly from Aaron Boone or Brian Cashman or Hal. I'm hearing it from other people. That's why I don't consider any of this stuff to be gospel. This is why I do, these live streams, and I put all the stuff out there for people to make their own decisions and make their own opinions. So, and yeah, Vlad might not want to play for the Yankees. Good. I don't really care if he does or not. And I think, fact of the matter is, I hope Spencer Jones makes a big step forward, but that we don't have to pay $500 million for Kyle Tucker. So, the Mets will try to pound Steven, but Alonso could go back to the Jays. Alonso could go to the Jays, and Vlad could come back to the Jays too. Alonso could DH, and Vlad could play first base, so they can alternate. So they could do that too. Reacquire Sweeney. If Bregman goes there, then one of those guys will become available. You just don't know who. And this is like the waiting game that unfortunately we all have to play right now. And I this is why I'm just sitting and wait instead of listening to people just yap, 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 and finding more reasons to blame Hal for no reason at all. No. Yeah, the Yankees made very good moves this offseason. It's a different team. It's a different team. We'll see how better they will be at the end of the season. Wendell Boy, well, that's not true. That's why I don't talk about it. I don't peddle lies on this channel. The offense not being good. They are good. I talk about the good things, and the fact of the matter is the offense isn't bad. It's going to be different, and we don't know yet. The offseason's not over, and it's not done yet. So we don't know what the other piece is going to be. And again, I don't just bring the stuff up like that for clicks and to get people fired up and riled up. And the lineup is longer. Okay, they have a better 7, 8, 9. They have more on base percentage. Yeah, there's no one player that's going to replace Juan Soto, but losing Juan Soto is not the end of the world either, and it doesn't guarantee the Mets the World Championship either, especially when they didn't do anything to add to their offense beyond him. Yeah, Jones and Murakami. Yeah, man. Yeah. So that's why I do that window. Alex Bregman, okay. Yeah, I mean, look, we don't know. We know the Yankees expressed interest in him, but we have no idea. And the last thing Cashman's going to do is leak to the people in the press so they can just peddle their bullcrap on Twitter. He's not going to do that. We'll just wake up one day and he'll be signed. Or just like he traded for Devin Williams one day during a live stream. Like, where did that come from? That's what he does. He acts very stealth. So, right? Yeah, Jose Siri, exactly. Yeah. Why is Rengifo the perfect choice? Probably wouldn't take a lot to get him anyway. Well, exactly. Thank you, Sarah. The smart reason I have him on so we can break down the finances is so many people either don't understand the finances or choose to just listen to the people who trash the Yankees, who also don't understand the finances, but it makes them feel better about trashing Helen and Cashman. Just whatever it might be. I like to bring folks on here so we can help break down the economics. I want people to have a thorough understanding. A mega trade from Riley of Atlanta. I mean, that would be kind of cool, but I personally don't think Atlanta's going to trade anybody. They're healthy now. They weren't healthy last year, so I think they're going to be pretty good, just like the Texas Rangers. I think Atlanta. If I'm the Atlanta Braves, I'm going to try to trade for Michael King or Cease or something like that. Sign Jack Flaherty. They need an arm. They have to replace Charlie Morton. No, no, Cashman's not going to sell the farm for him. No, exactly, Graham. Exactly. Yeah. Do I think the Bills got hosed by the ref? I don't know. In all honesty, it's a good question. I know there's a narrative out there that the refs are out there to help the Chiefs, but that one catch was questionable that I thought probably should have gone the Bills' way, but didn't. So, but I don't really know. I don't really know. It's a good question. Slow checks me. See, yeah, this is true too, Ken. Yeah, Trey Arenado. A lot of people saying, sure. Tush pushing, keep getting. Yeah, true. Good point, Jim. Yes, prospects are currency for trades. Yep. The Yankees have not traded a single top 15 prospect all offseason. And they brought in Bellinger, they brought in Devin Williams. So they've done pretty darn good without having to trade any of the big pieces. That's pretty good. Yeah, third baseman and a left-handed reliever would be nice. Andrew Nardi would be nice in the Marlins, or a couple other guys. Again, one guy got DFA the other day by the Orioles. There's some people out there that might be. But I do Stroman and Rafael Flores. I don't know if I would move for Rafael Flores. That's our catcher. who could be a valuable piece, even a platoon player for with Austin Wells. I'm not sure that I would move. I'm not sure if Texas needs him anyway. They get Jonah Heim over there. But I don't know if it would cost that much for Josh Smith. But I mean, if there's any any way you can move Stroman and move most of his contract, then I'll be fine with it. So yeah, we got an ace, one of the best closers. We got better defensively too. Yeah. See, if Correa had 4 years left on his deal, I would be open to it, but he doesn't. He's got 4 options after that, 4 vesting option years that are descending in order. I mean, it requires less at bats each year for the options to vest. In all likely, it's going to turn into an 8-year, $260 million contract, and I would not be doing that for Carlos Correa, who gets hurt almost as much as Giancarlo Stanton gets hurt. So he played, 80 games last year? Yeah, McCann. There's a couple of guys, Ken, I think will be interesting. And I think they'll be cheaper than trading for Christian Vasquez, he makes $10 million. So if a trade, yeah, Mr. Neal, if a Arenado trade happens, I think it would be good for the team chemistry. And Arenado is not Donaldson, point 2. He does not have those character issues and their maturity issues. Okay, there's no way. He's also a future Hall of Famer too. Mm-hmm. Oh, reincarnate, yeah, exactly, guy. Reincarnate another Schmidt, got that right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if you want a pure leadoff hitter, if that's goal number 1, then Arias is the best guy. And if Nico Horner becomes available, okay, I mean, maybe he's the best guy too. So, but defensively, Horner has an edge over Arias. But we just don't know if Horner's available yet. And I think because the Cubs have not signed Alex Bregman, even though they sound like they're a finalist for Bregman. Yeah. Yeah. $10 million for a backup catcher is pretty steep. Pretty steep. When you have your starter making like minimum wage. In baseball terms, minimum wage. Yeah. And again, like when it comes to Bregman and Alonso, these guys both turned down big contracts. Alonso turned down a big 7-year deal from the Mets, and Bregman turned down a big 6-year deal from the Astros. Now, Bregman has 3 offers right now, 5 years. So, and he's still not taking it. Oh, I don't know. Prospect backing up, yeah. I mean, that's why Rafael Flores could be a sneaky good option there. Yeah, I mean, if Horner's back playing healthy, yeah, Graham. We haven't heard them put him on a block yet. But again, like Brian Cashman would know more than we would. You could just wake up tomorrow and he could be here. His defense is not going to hurt the team, CWE, as much as his offense would help them. Kiki Hernandez is a free agent, Susan, so they wouldn't need to trade for him. But he's bad-mouthed the Yankees quite a few, so I'm not exactly sure he'd be a fit. I mean, even though I like him, I'm not sure. Even though Cody Bellinger credited him for being a valuable mentor to him, so yeah. We don't need 2 infielders, Julito. We don't need 2. We just need 1. Yeah, Dodgers have some pitching issues still, even notwithstanding all the additions that they've made. Yeah, but again, we have to stay healthy. We've got to stay healthy. Graham, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's working on something behind the scenes that we don't know about. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think honestly, Jack, I don't think they're going to go in-house. I understand what you mean, but I don't think they're going to go in-house. So, if Arias comes here and he leads off, then the Yankees offense is pretty scary. So, yep, less than 2 weeks. Jake Boss, that's right, baby. Yeah, Detroit was DFA'd, right-handed pitcher. I can't see Michael King going to the Dodgers. The Dodgers would have no room for him. They have too many pitchers. I could see Michael King going to the Braves. I could see him going to a couple other teams. Yep. I think we need a left-handed pitcher at this point too. Bubba Crosby. Yeah. But I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. For just a few more minutes. I wanted to see what your thoughts were, gang, and love to see what you're thinking. By smack the like buttons, gang. Let's try to get to 100 likes as quickly as we can. Yankees announced a trade to bring me to the booth. Can you imagine that with Keith McPherson? King, I think, will be a very good fit in the Braves, and they need an arm. The Orioles need an arm too. Rob, I'm here for a little bit. I just want to ask people what final move or moves would make the Yankee fans happy. Alex, you're the best, man. I appreciate you. Suarez, first I don't know if he's available, but I don't know if he's a fit here either. But I know people are talking about Suarez. But doesn't he have a pretty good contract on his belt too? Brew Baker, yeah. Yeah. Grease. Drunk. That's that's the thing. Grease. Arise, you might be right. Arise might be the easiest acquisition. And Arise and like a Matsui with him, one of the lefty relievers come with him. It'll be a good multiplayer trade. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people would think I should be a new GM in the Yankees, but I appreciate that, Gary. Some people think I'm crazy. But again, I just love the team, and I think, I would exercise a lot of logic, but not at the expense of being aggressive either. But try to play, try to put the piece together, the puzzle every year. But Arise would be a perfect fit offensively. We're not sure about how much you're willing. We don't know. People are just going by other people. Like, you get Jeff Passan saying she didn't interview Jeff Passan, Meredith Marakovitz. He doesn't know. Okay. Hal does. Cashman does. Right. I like to think so, Graham. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Moustakas, I have no idea if he's available. Ken, that's a good question. Arise and Dylan, could you imagine that? I'm not sure if they can. Honestly, you mama, I'm not sure if they're gonna go in house for their other bat. I'm not convinced they're gonna do that. Yeah, I do think they have a chance of getting a rise, but they're not gonna say anything until it happens. So. Oh yeah. Well, exactly too, Graham. Yeah, they sell narratives and talking points and all this stuff, which is, I'd probably be fired from the media right away because I would just deal in the facts and that's it. So, and can't Jose Iglesias. Yeah. He said based on today's team, Ben Gray. He didn't say that would be. He's using today's team. The offseason's not over yet. The roster's at 37 out of 40. He said if today this was the roster, that's what it would be. Of course, he's not going to say we're working on this or working on that. If they say that publicly, they lose all leverage. So we'll see if they get up there, Ken. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they made a pretty decent move and still traded Stroman and finished around there. Would still be a little bit less than they were last year. So, but they're over the Cohen threshold. So, again, tar and feather. Yeah. Billy Martin. Hal will be bailing him out. Exactly. Would I include Jazz and no? Uh Trevor Story gets hurt a little bit too much for me, Ken. I would rather have someone else. I'm not sure if the Red Sox are going to move on from him, in all honesty. But there are guys that are gettable, and there's some other people, that we're not thinking about or talking about that could be available too. The trade boards, Sarah. Oh yeah, I don't rely. I generally don't rely on home runs and stuff. I more rely on fit to the team. What do the Yankees need, and what players represent that need? Right. Like I try to put the circle in the circle hole. I don't try to put the triangle in the square hole. I don't try to do that. I try to find the right fit so we can put this together. Especially once we have a better idea what they look, what they want, and what they're looking for. Makes it easier to kind of put this stuff together. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, hopefully the Martian breaks out. Hopefully. Well, exactly too, Graham. Exactly. They'll spend on the right player. Hmm. I don't think the Jong or Polanco represent upgrades or starters, but they could be better than we have now. But I think they're trying to shoot a little bit higher than them, in my personal opinion. When he fell, got some injuries recently. I don't think he's a better fit than Arenado, a better fit than some of these other guys. Well, here's the thing too, Mark. What if Spencer Jones makes a significant improvement? Then you might know you don't need Kyle Tucker next year. So yeah, the lineup's got to be longer. We have to do things that we weren't doing last year, Graham. Exactly. Oh yeah. I mean, our defense is 100 times better than it was last year. Right now, right now, and we got to put them in the live game situations to confirm that. But yeah, the offense is and the defense is more robust than last year. Tucker and Murakami. Okay. Yeah, we'll see if he goes left field. I think he's better suited in center, but they're going to keep both options open. That I know. So, okay, Tropic, leave the politics out of here, the Trump stuff out of here, please. It's not a Trump propaganda station network channel. Thank you. Pete and his buds are losing their minds on his live. Who are his, my boy Pete? Who's my boy Pete? What are they losing their minds about? Jay, what are they losing their minds about? Yeah, it could be Jones. Could be 2026. Make peaceful. Exactly, you mom. Oh, yeah, he's definitely not my boy. But what are they losing their minds about, Jay? Yeah, the Jays did want to move me. But yeah, you're right, Sunil. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Cashman's made a call on it. I don't know. In all honesty. Yeah, I mean, I don't waste my time talking about them. I mean, they're not worth talking about, guy. I agree. Lombard, I'm going to say is 2 years, at least 2 years away. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what I mean, Billy. Clemenza. I think people want the sexy names, but Arenado seems to be the most logical fit. Probably the guy that's most likely going to come here. I'm happy for Canely over in Detroit. I didn't think he was going to come back anyway. Since they've added 3 strikeout righty relievers, I didn't think Canely was going to come back anyway. So The Bronx is now the concrete petting zoo in the team. Of course, you got all these tough guys saying that from behind the screen. They'll never tell that to their faces, though. It's one reason I don't take these guys seriously, Jay. The team is soft. God, right? Because we need guys to be. We need to like a Neanderthal beating his chest all the time. Like that's like an alpha male thing. Okay, like it's ridiculous. Arenado would be a perfect stepping. Sunil, you're right too. He would be a perfect stepping stone for like a guy like Lombard. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. I hear you, guy. I hear you, my man. Yeah, the lineup is longer. The rotation's better. The bullpen's better. Yeah, I don't know why people bring politics into the conversation. The other channel likes to do that. I don't do that. Who's stirring up drama? Patrick? Who is? That's all good, Jay. Oh, Jay. Okay, I gotcha. I gotcha. Arenado, nah, doesn't have a character problem like Donaldson does. He's outspoken, but he doesn't have that problem, and he's also an elite defender. And if they can get them to eat enough money, it makes sense. But I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know yet. I'm not sure if the Arenado market has materialized far enough for the Yankees to really jump in aggressively. Yeah, porn trolls. Yeah, I'm telling you, Sunil. Yankees need to further bat on a regular basis. Some fans in Yankees front office underestimate what firepower Yankees lost with Soto. What firepower did they lose with Soto? Yeah, and if St. Louis eats some of that money, it would be even less. So the city's, I think Tennessee can. I think it would be. They might go back to Montreal. They might go back and go in Montreal again. I think, but I think Memphis, Tennessee is definitely going to get a team. Yeah. No, Jay. I think they were talking about me too. So because my name, people call me Jay also. So there was a little confusion. Jay, you're all good, bro. You're all good, homie. Yeah, well, let the Mets fans go crazy. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm on your side too, Jay. I got you, man. Memphis or Nashville? Yeah, it's one of those. Being reliable and threat in October. Well, that's why we have other guys. Brought in other guys. And again, it's not the end of the world that they lost Soto and moved on. People can think the Yankees is taking a step back, but like until the Mets win a World Series, that talking point really doesn't have much like to stand on. So yeah, Orlando Dream. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got that right. I mean, the one player mystique they lost with Soto, yes, but they've replaced them in multi different ways, a multitude of ways, I should say. Yeah, they've effectively pivoted. They've pivoted effectively from him. So yeah, if we make Leon as a starter, people will be jumping off the roofs. But over there, they're not doing that. They got him and Frankie Montez. So good for the Mets. Well, exactly, Alex. Yeah. They've addressed losing Soto in multiple ways. So they've got better in multiple areas on the team. Instead of spending $760 million in a shorter period of time, which had affected the payroll differently, they've spread it out and gotten better at multiple positions. So, yeah. Too old? He's only a year older than Judge, Michael Arenado. It's only a year older than Judge. Yeah, the Mets haven't brought back Pete Alonso yet. So, they might. Who knows? We'll see. Yeah, the White. We're living in their heads rent free, Ken. Rent free, baby. Hmm. I actually hope that Spencer Jones makes a valuable jump so that we don't need Tucker. But that's just me. I don't want to spend $500 million on Tucker. That's just me. We'll see. Yeah. Beagle, yeah, me too, man. I'm gonna wrap this up now because I gotta get back to work. But thank you for giving me your feedback, everybody. But I hope we get if we get trade news, I'll be live again tonight. There's no doubt about it. So if we get some a good signing, something good, especially as it comes to the Yankees, we'll be live. We'll be live. So there's no doubt about that. So, but I think that's just me. Um, yeah. Well, exactly. You sign the big contracts, there are trade-offs. It's a different game here. It's a different universe. You know, it's a different universe. That's the key. Patrick, I work from home building a couple companies, but I also go out for a little on occasion too and do some work out there. But I am telling you, Beagle Dad, I'm telling you, no doubt. I think a lot of people need it. That's for sure. Well, exactly. Same age as Freddie Freeman too. Exactly. You know, people are also asking. They had some people complaining about Goldschmidt's age at 37, but they were asking the Yankees to get Carl Santana, who was 39. It's crazy, but it is what it is, right? So, yeah, smack the like button, gang. Hit the sub button if you haven't done that yet, too. I appreciate all you is. Thank you for your feedback. Just want to get you guys and gals engaged and getting your thoughts out there. So, have a great day, everybody. Peace and love to all of you. You are the best community. Catch you on the other side.